So now we're going to get the ridge tile dry system on. So this is the breathable membrane, which is going to sit over the top of there, and the red stripe is going to help me guide it and sit it on top of there. So this is an adhesive strip, so you just peel that back and it'll stick to this, and then what we need to do is work it in between each of these tiles. Yeah, and that's why it's crimped, so it actually opens up as you start to press it in. So I'll start at this end, work my way along, and then I'll come back in and show you once I've got that on. So we can see there, you get this crinkle because you've got to work it in between each one. So all I'm doing is just taking a bit of the tape off, and then I'm just working it around the tile as I go. Alright, no point in sticking it to the top of them to stretch the life out of that. You just keep going along. I haven't got my camera, so I'm having to do it with my phone. But, you can see how it goes, and that's basically like a flashing then. But yeah, I've got all that way to go, so let me use two hands and crack on. So now what we have to do, we have to get these black bits, and then what you've got these two clips. They just push in. You don't have to push them all the way in. And basically, these will assist you to anchor or to sit the tiles in place before you put the screw through the centre. Now these are all sat quite low here, and this one's high because of that there. So what we'll do is we'll cut that out. But what I'm going to just get that set as my spacer, and then I'll work out where that one's going, and then progress all the way along, fixing them in place with the metal clamps, which they just sit over the top of the tile like that. Two. Yeah, so that goes there. So technically, when that goes, sorry doing it like this, when that sits underneath the tile, that'll go across it to clamp the two tiles together with the screw and the little washer what you get with it. I've got the hole lined up with the crown, or the centre if you like. So I haven't put the clips in there yet, so I'm just going to sit the next tile in place. Right, so I've set that tile in place. Then what we can do is take these black clips like I said, push them in, push that one into there, then with our screw. Right, you can see there, I put the screw in, that's going into this timber now. I've not fully tightened it up. You can see this here as a washer and a metal top, so I've not fully tightened that up because once we've got them all on, we can run a line down our straight edge and make sure they're all straight and wiggle them about before we fix it down permanently. Right, that's enough filming for that. And that is that then. So I've cut around there just so it sits over that ridge, because obviously it's not bedded on mortar now. So look, you can see all the way down. Nice and straight. I've had a length of timber up here just to get it straight. And like as always, you don't have your piece at the end. So that's one of the original tiles, which was part of next door's, where it overlaps this one. So I've got that on there, clamped to there, there's the piece. We're going to get a bit of sand and cement mixed up just to fill in there, and a little bit of a void there. And that is it really. Oh yeah. I tell you something, it's a lot firmer this floor now. Oh, I'll get them bits of cardboard out while I'm up here. There we go, look, so I've just brushed it again. Just filled the joints and, well actually I haven't brushed it, I've used that rag what I've got over there. So I just filled the joints and then ragged over it.